Hello everyone, it's Medina from the Clarinet Life, keeping it classically real for y'all. Today we're going to check out Nocentini's Etude number 7. Hello everybody, thanks so much for joining me, and we're going to take a look at Nocentini Melodious Studies, his 24 Melodious Studies, and we're going to look at number 7. I am using the Melodious and Progressive Studies for Clarinet Book 1 via the David Height edition. This is from the Southern Music Company. Okay. I'll put all that information in the description box. This etude is dotted quarter equals 84. It's in G major. And let's see. Dotted quarter equals 84. Adentino mosso. All right, cool. So compound meter 6/8. We know that the dotted quarter gets the beat. 6/8 counted in 2. Division of a dotted quarter is 3/8 notes. Now, one of the common themes of this particular etude is we don't play on the downbeat. The downbeat is the beginning of the measure. So it's one of those things where you have to feel the downbeat. Bum, bum, bum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. So how do you cure that? You have to subdivide. And when you use your metronome, you could put that click, and the higher pitch of the click is the beginning. Let's see what 84 is. Just curious. And I have the subdivision on 3. Now, one thing I will say is, in terms of subdividing, if your student feels really confident about playing without the subdivision, that's fine. As long as it's accurate, it's okay. So what you could do, especially considering that getting that downbeat can sometimes be tricky, you could put your metronome, if it has it, in a different kind of subdivision. So a lot of times these metronomes, they'll have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that sort of deal, and then you'll see 2/8 notes and like 3/8 notes and 4/16. Well, what's happening here is the 1 is a little bit higher pitch than 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, that sort of thing. Yeah, I think we would rather hear the metronome than me sing. So when your student has their metronome like this, they have to subdivide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so when they hear that, the high pitch of that click, that lets them know they're in the beginning of the measure. So if they're not if they hear the high pitch and it's like in the middle, you're not in the right place. Okay. So that's one thing I will say is making sure that you're in the pocket is important. And that is something that happens a lot in this piece. And let's see, what else do we have in my notes? So one thing I will say is in this particular etude, the dynamics are a little bit more sparse, especially when you get to like measure 20 to like up to around 45 or 46. You're not going to see a lot of dynamic suggestions, and to me that means that it doesn't mean just play mezzo forte or mezzo piano only. What it means is that you get to choose how it works. So it needs to make sense, and how you make that decision is, you just listen to what the composer's given you. Let's see. So, by the way, I'm starting at 30. Dynamic back again. It's piano. Okay, so I love the intensity in this section. It's one of my favorites. This is one of my favorite etudes from Nastantini. Yeah. So one thing that I think sometimes students get a little bit caught up on is measure 25. You see that part right there. We have a tie. So a dotted quarter. Dotted quarter tied to a 16th note. So we have beat 1 tied to the beginning of beat 2 with an accent. That accent is used to help us, so do it. But the key is to make sure that we don't hang on too long. And so you got to make sure that your student notices that, but also if you notice the second 16th of beat 2, what you notice is it's tongued, that B natural. That really helps a lot. Again, that helps kind of clean things up a bit. So take advantage of that. The other thing is 16th notes are not that fast all the time, depending on the meter and the tempo. So if you're thinking bup, 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 that's the 8th note. Da, 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 that's not da 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 dee. So you notice what I did was I just put an 8th note subdivision on that dotted quarter, and that kind of cleaned up everything. So instead of just doing, like in some kind of cadenza, no, don't do that. It's actually not that fast. So that's something to keep in mind. However, that's really just kind of gleaning through this. That's really the only place where there's 16th notes, and yeah. I think for me personally, here goes this artistic license thing again. When I get to, I'm looking at around 45, a little bit before 45. I might get a little bit, kind of turn the wheels a little bit more. Yeah. Let's see, is there anything else? Not really. I will say though that I think these are super like romantic, the Italian romanticism. It was really beautiful. I think a lot of people can relate to that style of playing. What I will say is one thing that you could do as like a really cool exercise is try to memorize these. So they're not very long. It's like only a page, and see if you could just memorize them. And that's a great way to practice this sort of thing. Trying to see if there's anything else that kind of like sticks out to me. I feel like it's pretty cut and dry though. Yeah. I'll play a little bit for you guys. That just came to my mind that has happened before in the past when I've worked with students on this is, what fingers should I use? I'm looking at measures 59. If you're looking at the Nocentini David Hyde edition, you'll see there's like a little rehearsal box. So when you see that box with the number, we call those rehearsal numbers. And a lot of the time, those rehearsal numbers are also the measure numbers, which is really nice. So I use, on the downbeat of measure 60, I use my right pinky for the B natural. I find it just easier. And on measure 61, I also use my right pinky. And I also use that in measure 63. I tend to like using that, I notice. And even there, I'm looking around 65 to the end, and I tend to use my right pinky for the B natural. Yeah. Okay. I think that's about it. All right, let me try it again. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you have not subscribed to the Clarinet Life, join us. I would love for you to be a part of the family. Also, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful. Check out the channel. We have other things like vlogs, little tips and tricks, stuff about chamber music. So check it out. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.